All right, thanks, Scott. They stepped up at a moment's notice and saved lives and property in some cases. In Mesa today, firefighters and city leaders said a big thank you to Good Samaritans in action, everyday people who became heroes and have some great stories to share.
This is an extremely exciting time for us.
One by one, everyday heroes were recognized for their quick thinking. Everyone being honored here has a story to tell, some for saving a life, as was the case for Jonathan Dearman.
I just happened to be staying the night at my parents' house, which I don't usually do. So it was a miracle that I was even there. And I heard my mom scream my name in the middle of the night. So I jumped up, and as I was running down the hall, I grabbed the phone from the kitchen and called 911 knowing.
Well, I guess we're having some technical issues with that video.
But I'll tell
you, bad because it's a really good one, too. It's a great story.
I will tell you, and the thing about, Mesa puts on these recognition ceremonies many times, and I've covered them, Scott's covered them, we all have.
Yeah.
The great thing about these heroes is they're so humble, they never think that they're heroes.
Oh, yeah. You have to go to the people around them to ask them the questions, to brag on them a little bit.
Such great people.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Haley. Sorry about that, folks. Scott, over to you.
Well, you're watching the best Fox 10 News.
A fire rips through one local organization's building, keeping them from doing what they do most, feed the homeless. But today, employees who called to help are recognized. Celeste Rodriguez has the story.
The Mesa Fire Department thanking two Good Samaritans for acting quick. The fire could have been much worse if it wasn't for these two individuals.
Pasta Cristo lost its ability to feed the homeless after a fire spread from a nearby storage area to the kitchen. This was in late March. For at least 2 weeks, the building was shut down. The kitchen had to be remodeled. Now these individuals are being called Good Samaritans for helping save what was left.
I tried to call 911 and we just tried to turn off the fire.
And I figure Marcel can use the fire extinguisher and I moved the blankets. Well, that's what we did. We started doing that. I gave him the extinguisher and he started putting the fire down.
They were working at the nonprofit the day the fire started. Mesa Fire Department says if it wasn't for their swift action, it could have been much worse.
The fire department, the police department, the public safety that we have in our cities is really a community effort. And when you bring the community together and find that there's people out there who are just willing to help and who want to help, and you bring that partnership together, it makes for an excellent community.
I think I was doing what I had to do. And coming in here, I never thought of it of coming in here, receiving an award for something that I had to do.
Celeste Rodriguez, Fox 10 News.
Pasta Cristo provides evening meals and food boxes to the homeless and the working poor in the East Valley.
A son and a retired Mesa firefighter's efforts are making a better Arizona.
Today, the Mesa Fire Department honored them and several others. Back in February, Jonathan Dearman started CPR on his own father after he suffered a heart attack. Well, a family friend, retired firefighter Tom Moore, also rushed over and saved Dennis Dearman's life.
The first doctor that saw me said as I just learned recently, his prognosis was very grim. And if they hadn't gotten me right away, I would be horizontal, not vertical.
Better to be vertical, right? For their life-saving efforts, Tom and Jonathan today were each awarded a certificate of appreciation from the Mesa Fire Department.
Well done. And
the efforts of Good Samaritans are making a better Arizona. Today, those folks were honored by the Mesa Fire Department for doing something good. Back in February, Jonathan Dearman started CPR on his own father after he suffered a heart attack. Jonathan says he was just doing what felt right.
For me to be recognized seems a little maybe silly or over the top, considering that the real heroes to me are the ones that really saved his life, brought him back to life, the first responders, the doctors.
Jonathan was among 7 Good Samaritans awarded a certificate of appreciation from the Mesa Fire Department.
Well done.
Stay cool.
Yes, indeed.
Times of panic.
Did you know that?
In a special ceremony this morning, the city of Mesa honored some local heroes, and 2 of the recipients helped stop a fire at a Valley homeless center. Last March, Marcial Verdejo and Eldia Beltran went to work at Pasta Cristo to find the kitchen in flames. Well, they called 911, but they also tried to put out the fire themselves.
It was kind of crazy, kind of scary.
all I thought, I think, at the moment is how much damage and how we were going to serve the meal on that night.
Firefighters say the pair prevented the fire from destroying the kitchen. It's set to reopen this month. In the meantime, the center's been handing out donated meals.